Now, Seth is a drummer, also plays guitar, but what other talents you guys got?
Yeah, that's funny. We didn't even really mention that. We've been talking about his guitar playing a lot, and it's interesting being his brother growing up. I never would have thought he'd be a lead singer. It's just he was always a little shy in some ways. Not I don't know if it was really always shy. I mean, not
maybe reserved,
a little reserved.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just a little reserved around people he didn't know so much. But so it's interesting when people like that come out of their shell and he starts ripping out awesome vocals. And to me, it's really cool to see that happen, and see him go from a cocoon to a butterfly, so to speak. But no, it's really impressive, like the emotion he's getting in those vocals and a lot of the passion you can hear, which is oftentimes when you hear people record, that's sometimes the one thing missing is the vocalist singing with a lot of emotion and passion, and you don't always feel that. I feel like that's one of the things that can drag a CD down, is when you don't feel like the singer is really into it, or if they're just singing a melody, not something they're passionate about. Mm-hmm. And I think he does a really good job at being passionate with his singing.
Now let me tie off of that, if you don't mind, just real quick, Seth. So what you're saying is there could potentially be a difference in environment between live and recording as well?
Definitely. Yeah, I think you see it a lot with musicians. Sometimes they're so good live, and then you hear their recording, you buy their album at the show, and it's like, gosh, this CD's just not capturing how good they were live. And it's difficult to capture that emotion, because when you're playing live, everything's together, the instruments are really, burning and feeling a passion, because you're having so much fun up there and it's emotional. And then you get in the studio and sometimes you're singing to a track, and sometimes it comes out like karaoke.
Yeah.
So it can be hard to find
the mixing too. I mean, some of the mixing, but a lot of that has to do with our producer being so cool, and the environment that we recorded in was so laid back that we could feel like we were at home.
I think the environment really makes all the difference too, especially, I mean, I saw you guys play at the Poet.
Santa Cruz.
A couple years ago, and that was rocking. But I'm sure in a different environment, like in a studio where nobody's really watching you, where are you going to get to feed off of that?
Right?
Because you kind of have to self-visualize it or envision it.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the songs themselves. Like, you have to really feel the songs, and if you're trying to record something that doesn't have an emotional connection, you might as well just not even record it.
Right, because it's too much effort for something very little.
Like,
at that point.
it's fake. I mean, you want to actually feel connected to the song. I don't know. That's just the approach we have had. If it means something to us, we'll record it. But if it doesn't, there's been songs that we've left off the album that we just didn't work out.
Of course. Now, what do you focus primarily with local branding and sort of your general objective being a local group?
Branding wise, I don't know, we're doing videos, music videos and stuff like that for our websites, and just have a cool logo, and have our album with cool art, get buddies. Our Seth's buddy did that artwork for this album and everything. And
I was really stoked. My buddy Anthony Moss did the artwork for the album, and he really captured what we wanted. We really wanted a jukebox, or not a jukebox, but a stereo on there that you could record with, like back in the 80s, because that's, like we said, we got our start, recording songs off the radio. So it was like the cassette thing. We really wanted the cassette in there, and he just did a really good job of capturing that feel, and it's a really cool piece of art. So we're really happy that's on there. But
so let's get in a segue here. We got another couple songs left, gentlemen and ladies. We're going to be playing Gold Medal from their album.
The kid that runs down, hold me down, I can't. Run down, holding on every time I can. I hope you understand the way I am.
Sweet, sweet, sweet sound.
Yeah, we love that song. It's one of those that doesn't get old. It was on our EP too. And for me, I still enjoy listening to it, which I know from the past, sometimes when you make a CD and you listen to it a million times, it can get really old. You start to wonder,